We welcome the owner of that Gold's Gym. It's Gus Orlando. Also welcoming back our panel of the day, Brandon Straka and Jennifer Nassour. Gus, good to see you here. I know you're ready to reopen Long Island. It's now entered phase 4, meaning that malls, museums, and other larger gatherings, they're allowed, but not gyms. Any idea when you can actually open up your doors?
Well, first off, thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be on. Sadly, no. No idea. And that's kind of the disappointing part is no information, just waiting. So we're in a pause, a huge pause at this point.
And you've been on pause for months. I know. I mean, this is lost revenue at this point. Monthly gym memberships, they're, I'm sure, not being paid for at this point because they aren't being used. What has Governor Cuomo said, especially after you put in these, you've taken these steps, you've included that air circulation unit, you've got all these social distancing plans in place, hand sanitizing. Why can't he get back to you on a date?
Well, we're trying. I mean, initially we had to wait until phase 3 opening to even see what the requirements were going to be. It was actually even unclear what phase gyms were in for the longest time. But we got the news, 2 weeks ago that it was an air situation. I mean, I guess the air conditioning, the circulation of air in the facilities, which we actually were proactive to put this system in well prior to even that coming out. But, there's been studies that have been done by different organizations, health club organizations. There's a New York State Fitness Alliance that was formed. They studied 135 clubs that did open with over 3 million member check-ins. And there actually has been a 0.004% of positive cases as of July 30th. So there's no tracing data provided by any sort of public health officials that indicate that gyms or clubs or studios in the United States are contributing to the spread of this virus. We know it's serious, but we're ready and we're putting all the protocols in place that should be in place.
And not to mention, of course, the obvious health benefits that people would have by working out and being active and keeping themselves healthy during this time. Jennifer, depending on which state you're in, it really can impact whether you even have the opportunity to open up your business.
Absolutely. And Gus, I give you so much credit. And for someone who loves going to the gym, thank you so much for all that you've been doing. It really is unfortunate for these small businesses because places like Home Depot and food stores have been able to stay in business where all of our small businesses, franchise owners have had to close down. And so in Massachusetts, our gyms actually opened other than the city of Boston this past week. But what they have done is shut down daycare, shut down locker rooms, so people can go and use the gym. The problem then becomes what happens when people start going back to work and need to work out before work and can't use the locker rooms. But I think that just getting the gyms open to begin with is a really good start.
Yeah, step one. And Brandon, even before step one, I guess we could say, before we could open those doors, is just having some communication between government leaders and these small business owners to have any sort of idea as to actually having a plan that would allow them to reopen.
Yes, this is true, but let me tell you something. I am a New Yorker, 20 plus years a New Yorker, and as of this month, I am making the decision to most likely leave the city of New York and move to another state. And if you can believe it or not, this decision about the gyms is actually largely instrumental in that decision that I'm making. New York City currently entered phase 3. Just the other day. Now, phase 3 was supposed to include being able to sit in restaurants and begin that indoor dining once again. Well, now they're saying, well, we're in phase 3, but we're not going to do the dining after all. There's no plan to open gyms in phase 3. There's no plans to open gyms in phase 4, and there is no phase 5. So let me just give you a few numbers, too, for people to understand. In New York City, which is the epicenter of the virus, less than 1% of New Yorkers have this illness. Over 99% are going to recover. And more than 42% of the people in New York City who died from it died inside of nursing homes. These were elderly people. These were not young, fit, active people going to the gym. So nothing that we're getting from our leadership surrounding this makes any sense whatsoever.
Yeah, those facts, those numbers alone make this so frustrating and so many unanswered questions for people living in the city and in the state as well. Gus, what are you telling your employees during this time? I'm sure they're waiting to get back to the gym as well.
Well, we're telling them just to hang in there. You know, we had everything set up to get people retrained on our new processes. We had them come in small groups. We have manuals that we've created to how we're going to be cleaning our facility. Our facility was always very, very clean, but we've gone above and beyond. And they're just, again, they're in a holding pattern like we are. You know, we provide an essential service to help communities stay healthy. Exercise obviously strengthens the immune system, countless emotional and mental benefits. You know, the vast majority of gyms, again, are locally owned businesses that provide essential services to our communities.
Yeah.
And we're responsible, we're responsible members of this community, and we're trying to create a safe environment. And there's no scientific evidence that's proving that we're not a safe environment. So it's frustrating, to say that.
That social interaction, it's so key too. Of course, you've got health benefits, you've got your gym friends going out. You know, there's so much to that community space that really is a benefit during this time. Gus, have you struggled financially as well? I mean, again, you're not having that monthly membership income coming in.
Well, we're not. I mean, how could you say you're not? I mean, thankfully, we're in a pretty good position. But, as the weeks turns into months, it gets harder and harder. We did get some SBA loans. But, again, initially when we had gotten a loan, thankfully it was extended because we would have already had that forgiveness period expire. It would have expired for us even prior to us opening. We're doing okay. We're just holding, we're holding firm. And we're just waiting to get the call. It was funny not funny, but he allowed malls to open, and made this decision on Wednesday, and they can open on a Friday. We're just hoping that we're going to get a little bit more warning of when our date's going to be, so that we would be able to get prepared. After 4 long months, we don't want to get a notice a day before saying, okay, you can open, and here are the protocols. We're in the dark. And we need information, and we need it bad.
Yeah, we hope the governor is watching this and listening, and hopefully will give you some guidance sooner rather than later. Gus Orlando, thanks for coming on today's program. We really appreciate it. Jen and Brandon, stick around. A lot more to discuss.